Star Wars geek girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And
Hello
sometimes
and welcome to
cry.
Star Wars Geek Girl. As usual, I'm Zoe and I'm here with Lizzie,
Hello.
and we are going to be talking about Star Wars. We haven't been here for a while because college, life,
College life.
all those things. But we are back and we have things to talk about. Nothing super huge, I don't think, or at least not anything like no big trailers or anything to like break down. Just like cool news. One big one is the Lego Skywalker saga released a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago ish.
Yes.
I have not yet played. I will play once my semester's over, but I've heard it's pretty good.
I've also heard it's pretty good. I have a friend that got it and can't play with him right now because he's back home for spring break, but he sends me pictures sometimes and it's like I saw Claude and that's all I need.
Really, it's all anyone needs. And I know they released the game, and then I think this past week they released the like Rogue One character pack, and was it Bad Batch maybe like two character packs that weren't in the original game that you could get. So maybe they'll do Clone Wars and Rebels and Resistance packs, maybe.
They have to do Clone Wars.
Yeah, because like they already have Ahsoka from The Mandalorian, but they don't have Rex.
Hmm.
And I really need to play as Rex and Cody besties.
Yes.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I obviously want to play as the Rebels, and the Resistance would be pretty cool too. Those friends, they don't get acknowledged as much as they should, but they're pretty cool. They're great. I miss them.
I did play the OG Lego Star Wars on the Wii the other day with a friend because he had it and we were like, we don't have the new one. Why don't we just see how this one is again? So we played it and I didn't know, I didn't get 100% on my game at all. I'm guessing you did.
I think Safi and I got really close, but not fully.
I didn't know that you could upgrade your gonk droids to have super speed because I was like, oh, there's a gonk droid, I want to be gonk droid, and he was just super fast. He was just like sliding places, and like his feet were tip tapping really fast everywhere, and I was screaming. I was like, why is he moving so fast for a gonk droid?
Ultimate gonk.
Yes. So and then I realized that you could upgrade him if you have codes and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was fun. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, I've tried to avoid spoilers as much as you can for a game that's just adaptations of movies I've seen a million times. But I've heard that there's side missions where you can help the Gonk Droid overlords take over the galaxy or something like that. Which I'm very excited about. That's pretty cool.
I would do that.
But yeah, I love the complete saga. That was a great game. I also really like the Clone Wars Lego game. I love that one. That was super fun.
I don't think I played that one. I think I only had the complete saga, and that was it.
Well, if you ever find it somewhere, it's a pretty good game. They had this they had the regular missions, but then they also had modes where you would be doing almost like a strategy game, you had different points and you would be capturing them and building different tanks or setting up squadrons on different points on a battlefield, and it was really cool and very different for a Lego game, and I really liked it.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think gonk droid supremacy.
Gonk droid supremacy for sure. So yeah, Lego Skywalker Saga. Let us know what you think about it. If you've played it, I will almost definitely play it as soon as my semester ends. I just can't right now. Just cannot.
Yeah, that was the other thing is I was gonna sneak myself into trying to borrow my friends, but then he was like, and I was like, oh, what do you have it on? He was like, PC, and I was like, I don't have that. I do not have that. I cannot do that. Never mind.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I was like, maybe I'll get it on my Switch, but I'd rather play it on the big, nice, fancy Xbox at home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an Xbox One. I don't know why I said fancy Xbox. It's a regular Xbox, but bigger than
Xbox is cool.
bigger than my Switch Lite. So
yeah. Perhaps.
So yeah, that game came out. Sounds super cool. We had some news. This was a while ago. We really are behind. But the Obi-Wan Kenobi series will now air. It was originally on Wednesday the 25th. And for some reason, I'm presuming post-production delays, it was pushed back to Friday the 27th. And they will be airing 2 episodes on that day instead of just 1. And then after that Friday airing, the rest of the episodes will be on Wednesdays, like originally planned.
I keep seeing like advertisements with Obi-Wan in it, and I'm like, oh, I know that guy.
Where was I? I was watching something with my friend, and there's an ad on YouTube, and I was like, oh, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he was like, what? And I was like, never mind. It was just like insurance or something, but it was Ewan McGregor, and I was like, hey, it's that guy.
No one understood your reference.
Yeah, it was sad, but yes, very excited for Obi-Wan. We're just over a month away at this point, month and a third, maybe. Super exciting. Plus now it'll be airing while Celebration is happening instead of right before Celebration. So like I will be, at Celebration with Star Wars people to watch it with, which is super cool.
You have to watch it like immediately too, because otherwise there's gonna just be spoilers everywhere you go.
I think that's the other benefit, because it doesn't go on at midnight in LA or in California rather than it's 3 a.m. for us here.
True.
So it'll be like actually reasonable to stay up and watch it.
I mean, no one's judging you for staying up till like 3 a.m.
It's not a judgment thing. I have things to do, especially on a Wednesday. Like, I gotta be awake. Yeah. Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi delay. They released last time, or maybe the second to last time we podcasted, they released an excerpt of Shadow of the Sith, which is the book about Luke and Lando and the Ochi, I think was the guy that killed Rey's parents, and all the stuff that, like, in Rise of Skywalker, when Lando's like, oh yeah, Luke and I went on adventures, and everyone's like, you did what? It's that book. And then this time we have an excerpt from Brotherhood, which is about a young Obi-Wan Kenobi, while he's a Padawan, or no, not while he's a Padawan, while he has Anakin as a Padawan, like between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. And I just kind of skimmed it because didn't really like spoil the excerpt, but I skimmed it and there's Ventress in it. So now I'm super excited. It seemed to be him meeting Ventress.
Nice.
It's super cool.
They're very, very flirty.
A little bit. So now that I know Ventress is in this book, I'm super extra more excited.
Nice.
But that's all I have for that. Brotherhood, I think, comes out it's in my planner, and I think May or June. So yes,
June.
There's that. The other Star Wars news from the past week or so was they announced Star Wars Galactic Pals, which is sort of a sister series, I guess, to the Galaxy of Creatures they did with that cute little droid going around seeing all the animals. This time it's a cute little droid going around and taking care of little baby aliens, and there's a Jawa, and it's so cute. Yeah. And they have a toy line of Star Wars baby dolls, and I really want the Jawa, but it's also
I killed many Jawas when I was playing Lego Star Wars.
Oh, why would you do that?
For money.
Well, anyway, they have the first 2 episodes last week were about taking care of an Ewok and a Wookiee, baby Ewoks and baby Wookiees. And this week, today I think that we're recording this, they had 2 new episodes about taking care of baby Jawas and baby Rodians. And just the toys are so cute. And it's just so cute. And the babies.
The babies.
Yeah.
Good content.
Good content. I just love it. They're like, oh, this is for the kids who like Star Wars. The Star Wars Kids channel. No, it's for me. It's for me. I am the target audience, and I accept that.
That's okay. Yeah, channel our inner child.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and each episode's only a few minutes. So if you have a few minutes to spare, go learn how to take care of little babies. Start with babies. You know, you might need that someday. You never know
One
when
day.
you need to babysit a Jawa. You know, if the Mandalorian had this show, I bet he could have done some things a little better.
I think he just needs to know parenting in general, but yeah.
Perhaps. Yes. If they have an episode about taking care of baby Yodas, I will cry.
It's just a bunch of Grogus.
Yes. That's all I want.
But like they're all in different outfits.
But they should like Who Framed Roger Rabbit Din into it. So he's learning. But like he's not animated. Like he's just there. And everything else is animated.
See, this is why you need to be a director.
I know. I have such great ideas. Hire me. I keep getting rejected for those internships. Please give me a job. Anyway, the last bit of news I think also was just announced today. There's going to be a new Star Wars game, story focused. It says it's narrative driven action adventure game. I don't know if I said that right. And it's going Skydance New Media will be working with Lucasfilm Games, and Skydance New Media, I looked them up, and they made the Walking Dead VR game, a game I have not played because I think I would pee myself, but I've heard is very good.
I think I would just die.
Yeah, I think it was Sappy was like, oh, like you can get the Five Nights at Freddy's VR game, and I was like, I will not do that. I'm sure it's great. I will poop my pants.
I cried in the movie that I watched Resident Evil. There was like a new Resident Evil movie that came out and it looked really cool. So I was like, I love it. I want it. I want to see it, but also zombies. And then I went to see it and I cried like so hard. It was really bad. I don't know why crying was the first like move, but yeah, crying. There was a lot of crying.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know because I looked up and they did make the VR game. I don't know if this will also be a VR game or not because it seems. I was like reading the article and it says that the company was formed with the goal of creating a bunch of words, blah blah blah, for traditional gaming platforms as well as emerging blah 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 blah. So I don't know if it's going to be VR or not, or if it's going to be on multiple platforms, including VR. But pretty exciting. Always love a good game, especially narrative-driven, featuring an original story. And they also, apparently this company also just got a deal with Marvel to make a Marvel game, which is pretty cool too. But the writer-director for the game is Amy Hennig, who I didn't know, but she has created, has a lot of experience with games, and I think the most recognizable title on her resume is Uncharted, which is a pretty popular game series. Haven't played it. Heard it's fantastic. I don't have a PS4. Sure, it's a great game or series of games, and also just came out with a movie with Tom Holland. But yeah, so that's really exciting. Good company, good writer-director. So
yes,
I love a Star Wars game. So we have what games we have now to look forward to. This one,
Mhm.
there was that High Republic one, which is apparently a mess, but I don't know. It's the years off. And I don't know, but
Technically, we still have Lego Star Wars to look forward
I guess
to.
yeah, technically yes. A lot of Star Wars to look forward to, even just this year, though we haven't heard as much about them. We allegedly still have Andor, Bad Batch season 2, and obviously Obi-Wan, but also Mando season 2 to look forward to this year.
Hmm.
And beyond many, many things, I'm sure many of which will be announced in the future. I'm sure plenty of celebration. So
Hmm.
exciting stuff. That's all the news I have.
Yeah, sounds like pretty good news.
Yeah, I know there were. I hate talking about rumors because there's a lot of fake ones, but a very popular one I've seen is that Visions will likely be getting a season 2, which I hope is true because
I was just rewatching it yesterday.
so good. Yeah, I was thinking because I was like, I don't know if I want to bring my armor out to celebration. So I'm like, well, I have that F costume I did for Halloween.
Hmm.
I could clean it up a bit. uh yeah.
I have not costumed in so long.
I know. I went to my first it was oh shoot, Fan Expo Philly. My first con in like forever, a week or two ago. And I was like, wow, I miss this so much. And I was like, I wasn't there for most of one of the days. So pretty much every second I was in that building, I was in costume. Everyone's like, Zoe, you can chill, like you can change because I was helping them at No Mercs table. And I was like, no, it stays on.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to do more troops and things as we are, adjusting to life post-apocalypse.
Yeah, we're still in the apocalypse.
Well, once we get to post-apocalypse.
It's like, no, I can't even say that. Like I was gonna say, it's like the point of like a zombie movie where like you have the like cure, but like there's still zombies around. But
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Philly, we dropped our mask mandates in Philly for a while. And I know most other cities also did. Yeah, actually Philly's has been gone for a while. It was my school still required them for a while. And then they just reinstated it starting yesterday.
Hmm.
Because
My school
there was like a
is
tiny
also
little bump, and I know because I know some people are like, oh, like, well, it was just such a tiny little rise, like it hardly, because like if you look at the graph that they have, it does seem silly, but it's like, well, we put the masks back on so the bump doesn't get bigger.
yeah.
You want to start it when it's small. You don't want to wait.
Yeah, my campus is like mask friendly. So basically just you're able to wear a mask and like there are some classrooms that don't require a mask, so you don't have to wear a mask, but if you want to, you can. Certain teachers have been kind of jerky to me about it when I wear a mask. So that's which is like so strange. Like, how do
I know.
you
Why do
go
you
up to
care?
someone like why? Like I'm not doing anything. Like I'm just sitting there with a mask. It's not like, I'm going up to him and being like, how dare you not wear a mask and blah 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 blah. Like I'm not doing anything. So I don't know. It's weird, but it's a thing that I didn't think would happen to me, but it's like whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's COVID is still a thing, still affecting a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Please, even if, I'm not going to say, if your city or state or whatever isn't requiring masks, I'm not going to say you still have to if you don't want to, but like, still like be cautious. Wash your hands. Don't stop washing your hands. You should have been doing the whole time, but
Sometimes you have to remind people. I don't know why.
just wash your hands. Stay safe. I know one of my classes yesterday we did online because my professor had COVID. I'm doing I produce a show for Temple, and we had to cancel one of our sketches because people in the production had COVID, and it's still a thing. So,
Yeah.
Be cautious.
Yeah,
Don't you don't have to lock yourself in your room out of fear, but
I will still do that.
well, you don't have to. But
No, I think I have to.
keep track of the numbers in your area and just be
Be safe.
mindful.
Be courteous. Yeah, I just find it funny though. It's like weird because sometimes I'll go, like, I went to pick up a friend at the dentist or something, and this like man, like, they required masks, and this man walked in without a mask, and then the lady at the front desk was like, "Oh, can you like please put a mask on?" He was like, "What? I thought COVID was gone. Why are we going back?" And we were like, it's never been gone. I don't know who told you it's been gone. But yeah, it's a fun time. But yeah, if you're someone who isn't wearing a mask and you hate people wearing masks, I don't know why. You need to handle yourself a little bit.
No, when my school wasn't requiring masks, I would, because especially because I was in the communal dorm, I was like, I'm not gonna put him on a mask just to, like, go to the bathroom. I gotta go. Or like I would forget it, like going to the lobby or stuff. But I would never, like, some of my friends would wear masks and I wouldn't be wearing one. I would never be like, take that off. Like,
Take it off.
It's okay. Do what you're comfortable with, as long as you're staying safe.
Yeah.
Lecture time over.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes. That's okay. Well, I don't have any more Star Wars news or things to share.
You can also get a cool like mask, but it's not a mask. Just buy a helmet and like paint it. Buy a Star Wars helmet if you don't like masks.
Or get my COVID safe costume for Celebration is Ash from Visions. She's got a mask. Or do like Night Sisters, or who else wears a face mask? What are good costumes to wear around?
Vader.
Well, I was thinking
just like the face mask.
If you still want to be able to see,
I think a lot more people do it, but I don't remember. Not Vi, sorry. Ventress does at one point because she's a Night Sister.
In that Bounty Hunters episode, don't those like warriors wear them? Maybe, I don't know. Just find a cosplay with a mask. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. You can be like Bane or something, or like a Mortal Kombat character, and then just wear that everywhere. You're being COVID safe. That makes sense.
Just be safe. Be safe. Be cool. Be nice. But yeah.
All right. Well, we'll do plugs. Well, before we do our plugs, I do want to plug. If anyone remembers from months ago, I did a podcast with Father Son Galaxies, Kerwin and Keith, and they did their first live podcast panel at Fan Expo Philly 2 weeks ago, and it was fantastic. And they're super cool. It was a really great podcast about families and Star Wars and what that means. So take a listen to that. It was really great, and they're doing awesome. And they're going to be a celebration too, which leads me to my first plug for us is that we finally have a time for our place on the podcast stage at Celebration. It will be May 29th, which I think is Friday. Maybe? No. Is it Sunday? Yes, because Friday the 27th. So it's Sunday. Sunday, May 29th at 12:30 noon p.m. will be our podcast stage, p.m. PST, if you're watching, if you're far away. So yeah, if you'll be at Celebration, check us out. If not, I don't know if we'll be able to live stream it, but we'll definitely post it afterwards. So keep an eye out for our Celebration podcast panel. Our Facebook page is Star Wars Geek Girl. Twitter and Instagram is at SWGeekGirl, then StarWarsGeekGirl.com. There's always a monthly poll. Book reviews on Mondays. I'm rereading the Battlefront books right now. Quizzes on Wednesdays and blog articles on Fridays.
Nice. For the Rogue Rebels, it's the website for the roguerebels.com. Instagram and TikTok is at the Rogue Rebels. Twitch at Rogue Rebels. podcast wherever you're listening to Start with Geek Girl, Facebook page, The Rogue Rebels, and Twitter at Rogue Rebels Fam.
Yay! Thank you so much for listening. Please go check out all of those things we just said. Read and look at all of the things everyone does. Thank you for listening. I was Zoe.
I was Lizzie.
Thank you for listening to Star
Wars
Wars Geek Girl. May the Force be with you,
Geek
and goodbye.
Girls.
Bye-bye.
They're geek girls that like Star Wars and sometimes cry.